Falcons do rise up. Welcome to Rise Up Reactions, the show where we talk all things Falcons, NFL, Georgia sports, and in general the sports news of the day. I'm your host, Dr. Lee Denning, lifelong sports fan, lifelong Falcons fan, and just wanted to give a quick update for the game this weekend, Falcons versus Steelers. Injury report so far is looking better for the Falcons than it is for the Pittsburgh Steelers. As of yesterday, Najee Harris has not practiced all week so far for the Steelers. He did not practice Wednesday or Thursday. I anticipate that he will be out with an oblique injury. Most of the time, if you do not practice on Thursday, you are usually very limited or not likely to play for the weekend. So it really depends on what happens today. But as of right now, this moment, the most recent injury update we have, he is not practicing. So big deal for us. Akello Witherspoon, also on the Steelers, not practicing. They did get Minka back in with a full practice yesterday, so that's going to be tough with Minka Fitzpatrick. And then TJ Watt, he's had a limited practice the last 2 days, but that's not really going to matter. He's going to be playing full speed when it comes time for the game. Benny Snell, they're resting him a little bit, but he had a limited practice. So we'll see what happens here, but looking like Benny Snell is going to be the starting running back. So Falcons have a little bit better shot of maybe shutting him down a little bit. He did have a great week with over 80 yards last week, stepping in for Najee Harris after he went down. But hopefully we can hold off on that. Arnold Ebiketie is the main guy injured for the Falcons this week. He's had 2 limited practices. Hopefully he gets in there and is able to practice fully today. I think he will still play for us regardless. He hasn't been a starter, but he has been a solid backup, brought in for blitz packages. Chuma Edoga is also limited. He didn't practice today, but did have a limited practice yesterday. He may have aggravated a lingering injury with his toe, or sorry, not with his toe, but with his knee. So that may be something they're trying to rest him on, so we still may be a little bit limited at the offensive line. Cordarrelle didn't practice yesterday or the day before, but that's not due to injury. That's just because he's a little bit older and we're trying to keep him healthy. Again, he should not be our starting running back. I have no idea where Caleb Huntley has disappeared to, but he ain't on the injury report and he needs to be playing for us. As far as other injuries, Elijah Wilkinson has been cleared to designate to return from injured reserve as of Wednesday, though he is not practicing yet. Kyle Pitts, as I've said earlier, is out for the year. He ended up having, I believe, surgery on that MCL tear that he had, so he's done for the year at this point, regardless of what happens. And then Taquan Graham is on injured reserve. He also had an issue with his MCL, so he's done for the year. Jalen Mayfield should be back with the team, but again, we're just running really low here. And then Casey Hayward, while he's been traveling with the team, he's still on injured reserve with no official designation to return yet. So we're still quite banged up in a few starting positions there. But my big thing that I'm concerned about here is, why are we not looking at our future? We have 5 games left in the season. I thought by week 9 or 10 we'd be giving Desmond Ridder a look to see what we had in him, because everybody and their brother and their cousin and their 25th cousin 37 times removed knew that Marcus Mariota was not going to be our long-term answer at quarterback. So why would you not play him and give him a shot and see what you have? We have to make a decision on quarterback for next year. We're going to be in an active rebuilding phase next year, but it's a time when we actually could step forward and make some progress, especially as good as we have actually been this year, something that nobody gave us any chance at. We've won 5 games. We've been competitive in all but 2 of them. That is not where I thought we were going to be at this point in the season, week 13 of the 2022 NFL season. I would love to see Desmond Ridder, though. And again, it's not because I think that he is going to be for sure the future for us, but I want to know, is he the future? I've already made another video talking about what quarterbacks we need to be going for if he's not the answer. Because we know Mariota's not the answer. He's got a 2-year deal with us. He's going to be the backup for sure next year. If he's starting next year, we have wasted a massive opportunity. We have wasted 2 years of the Falcons as a franchise if he is our starter next year. So, again, we know what we've got in him. We know what we've got in Marcus Mariota. It is time to start evaluating. Yes, we're in the playoff race, and absolutely, I want to evaluate with the goal of winning as well. but we're not going to know what we have in a game speed situation if we don't play him in some freaking games. We've got to play Desmond Ridder. And now it's looking even tougher. You want to play him at home as to start him just so that he's in the best environment possible. We've got this week against the Steelers, but guess what? Arthur Smith has already said he ain't starting. There's one game gone. So what are we going to do? Have a bye week and then we go on 2 road games to the Saints? That's a terrible environment to start a rookie quarterback in, having personally been there a couple of times. Terrible, terrible environment because even though they're not doing too well on offense, it's still the freaking New Orleans Saints. There's a lot of history there with the Falcons and there's a lot of hate for both teams. That's not an ideal starting situation. And then what do you want to do after that? The Baltimore Ravens in Baltimore? Yeah, they've looked a little hapless at times, but you don't want him to go in freaking December to Baltimore to an East Coast North team that is planning on being in the divisional race for their division and has one of the top 10 quarterbacks for the entire NFL, and generally speaking, they're good on defense. Not so much this year, but they've been better in recent past and have a history of winning. You don't want to play him. It's his first game there. It's not rocket science. Don't do that. So then you're looking at the Cardinals, January 1st, New Year's Day. I mean, there's some poetic symmetry there playing him, playing him on New Year's Day, a new year for the Falcons, a new regime going forward, a new plan, a new decade or whatever you want to call it, a new season for the Falcons. But again, if we're in the playoff race, I don't see them doing that. So there's a decent chance that we're not going to have any idea at all what we've got in Desmond Ridder going in next year. We as fans are not going to know. Do we need to be looking at quarterback for the offseason, for a free agent standpoint? Do we need to be looking in the draft? Do we need to potentially move up in the draft? Because right now we're projected to go anywhere between 11 and 17, with our average pick being about 12. So, again, there's still a fair amount of season left here. There's still a third of the season. But, guys, as a Falcons fan, I'm frustrated because I want to see what we've got. I know Mariota, even though he's been a hero a few weeks, he's not our answer, and I really want to know, is it Ridder? If it's not Ridder, so be it. It's okay. You gave it a shot. You played the guy that everybody wants you to play. You let him see, or let the fans see what you had in him from a potential standpoint, and then we can say definitively yes or no. He was ready. He wasn't ready. He had good things. He didn't have any good things. We just don't know as fans, and it is driving me, and I know it's driving other people up the wall with the organization. So, yeah, Falcons, I don't know what you're doing. I don't know why we're not playing Desmond Ridder at this point, if nothing, for no other reason than to see what we have in him. Almost all the other rookie quarterbacks that have been healthy have played at some point this season. This was the number 2 quarterback taken off the board. Granted, it was in the 3rd round. Let the man play. Let him play. Let's see what we've got. Let's see at a game speed, what we've got in him. I just want to see where we're at with Desmond Ridder. That's all I'm asking for, and I don't think it's too much to ask. At this point, it seems like the most likely play or the best situation that he could go into would be at Arizona on New Year's Day, but then you're only looking at 2 games. And again, there's a good chance that we have that divisional race with Tampa Bay the next week. But guys, that's what I think. I'm frustrated with the way we're managing this team. I know a lot of other fans are. There's some out there that say, hey, just trust the process, trust the coaches. I do, to an extent. But when you don't play Caleb Huntley, who has been one of the hot hands since he came up from the practice squad, and you don't give him but one look in an entire game where that one look resulted in a 12-yard gain, and then you put other guys out there that are not getting more than 5 yards per carry, what am I to think with your management of our team? I don't think much of it. So, anyways, guys, that's what I think about this. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. Consider liking and subscribing. It really helps me grow. Will help me reach more people. Thank you for the people that are already subscribed. It means a lot to me. But anyways, that's all I got for you. We're going to go into to the game this weekend with Pittsburgh. Hopefully we win. I have a good feeling about it because of some of the injuries that they're dealing with right now. Just a bad time to be injured for the Steelers. But until next time, guys, rise up.